Hey, good morning, guys. It's Mike from Sapulpa Times, and I am sitting here with Joan Riley, the city manager of Sapulpa. Joan, thanks so much for being here today. We appreciate you doing this. A lot of people don't know this, but this show was your idea. That's my understanding.
It was, and I think it's been one of the things that has been very positive.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, we appreciate it. We try and keep it that way. I asked you to come and sit down so that we could talk about some of the stuff that's happening, things that the community are responding to as far as parking and construction and downtown. And I noticed you're wearing your We Dewey shirt today. That's pretty fitting for today's topic of discussion.
I'll be glad when it's redone.
Yeah. I think a lot of us will. But I guess if you don't mind, I was just going to see if we could have a conversation about. We'll start with that. We'll start with Dewey Construction. So originally, the deadline we were given by Timberwolf Excavating was the end of October. We're there, and it looks like they're close. But I mean, I think it's pretty obvious they're not going to be done tomorrow. Do you have any update on that? Can you tell us?
Well, I can give you a little bit. As with any construction, that's the best. That's what we hope for.
Oh, sure.
That's what we shoot at. Anything can happen, and in this case, we had 2 months back in March, April that was nothing but rain. They've worked really hard to try to catch up that time, and they've come real close.
Okay.
Of course, those kind of days are built into a contract, and that's outside of the 31st. They thought they would still be able to meet that. I think the last couple of weeks it wasn't hard rain, but it was enough to disrupt their movement. But even at that, it looked like in the last couple of months we were only going to get all the concrete poured before the 31st.
Okay.
And I really thought that would happen. As it turns out, there's the end piece. There's an issue with some elevation that they're going to have to do a change order. They have to get approval from ODOT.
Oh, really? Okay.
And which they're hoping to get today.
Okay.
And then they'll get right on it. But other than that, I think the concrete would have been done today.
If not for that
change order. For that change order.
You're talking about, that must be down by the courthouse.
It is. It's it's the last piece. But if you look at it, it's got quite an incline. And they're going to have to do it a little bit differently in order for it not to puddle water there. And we don't want to puddle water there.
No.
So that being said, that leaves sidewalks. And these pavers are taking longer than what they had anticipated.
Okay.
So the next steps, I think, will be getting the pavers and sidewalks open. And they're moving pretty fast this morning, even. But
yeah, they're out there working now. I mean, they're cutting brick and doing concrete work.
We've got lighting that needs to go up, and again, that was another little small issue that hit. We have those poles that help hold the chute. We call them temporary poles. They're used during the chute. Well, they need a cover. There's a hole. They need a cover, and that cover came in too small.
Oh, so
we're having to fabricate something to cover it until we get to get that fit correct.
I see. Okay.
But we're moving forward with that. It's not hanging us up, because we're going to go ahead and put something in so that we can keep going. But the lights, as soon as that gets done, the lights can get dropped, and then electric come behind them. It sounds like a lot.
It does. Yeah.
But I think that give them 3 weeks and it'll be a different place.
Okay, so that would actually kind of lead me into my next question. Have they given you like an updated timeline or anything? Because I know we still have to do tree planting and shrubs and things as well.
And those are going to start coming in this next week.
Okay.
But depending on where the sidewalks are, you don't want to put that in until the sidewalks are in. And when I say sidewalks, it's that connecting piece from the roadway to the existing sidewalk.
Okay.
Most of it is pavers, but those things will be in. It's just how getting them placed and have they given us a timeline? They've got us an estimate of when they expect to hit these things. Construction people don't want to give you timelines.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I'm learning that city managers ought not either. But I think that it will be. We're aiming to get it all done before lights on the 20th. I mean, that is to have it ready to go by then. And I believe that will happen.
Okay. All right. I think that'll be reassuring to a lot of folks out there.
And when they start those lights and various things, they're going to start, from Maine working this way, since we have some holdups this way down here. And so you'll start seeing the full scope of what it looks like with everything on it, starting from Maine coming this way. So that first block ought to be one of the first things completed. So.
Okay. So you kind of hinted at this earlier, unless I misunderstood what you were saying, but do you suppose there's a possibility that they may be able to open the streets up to pedestrian traffic, even if not vehicles?
It will still have to be considered a construction zone until they're done. They don't, ODOT, this is an ODOT project.
Right, yeah, we got to keep reminding everybody about that.
And ODOT are a lot stricter, as should be. I mean, safety is the first thing they want to look at. But when the machinery's gone, that gives a better indication that it's a little freer to look through. I don't know what machinery is going to be needed to put that landscaping in.
Okay.
I mean, we've got trees, we've got shrubs, there's all kinds of things coming. So there's probably still going to be machinery then, and if that's happening, they won't open it up. But as soon as they can, they will, because we've pushed them. They know we want it open.
Yeah, I bet they're feeling the pressure as
they
of
are.
Now. So, okay, well, that helps out a lot. So, Lights On, I believe, is November 18th?
20th.
The 20th? Okay. November the 20th is Lights On this year. The past few years, we've had it a little bit earlier to coincide with the opening of the Christmas shoot. This year, since we're not doing the Christmas shoot, they pushed the Lights On back. So now, according to Ms. Riley here, the goal is to have everything complete and open and ready by Lights On, which happens November 20th. So, pretty exciting. This weekend, actually tomorrow, is the start of the Jingle Bell Sweepstakes. They'll start handing out tickets. Crossroads Cookery is going to be one of them, and there's going to be a lot going on down here. So I know that we can expect to see the shopping and everything pick up downtown. I will say it is an active construction zone, like you said, but there's people walking across the street right now from the coffee shop to here.
Yes.
And I think as long as you're cautious about it, then they tend not to be too bothersome.
Yeah,
So.
I think the only place that it'll really be restricted will be there on the end at Elm.
Okay.
Because they'll still be pouring concrete for one thing. So.
Okay. So my point there is, don't let that stop you from coming downtown to shop the small businesses and stuff for the holiday season. Even though it's going to be a few more weeks yet before we can fully get open, these stores are definitely open. They definitely need your patronage.
Absolutely.
That's the right way to say that. Well, since we're talking about ODOT, and I didn't put this on the list, I'm sorry, I'm going to ask you, if you don't know, you can say, but we've got a couple other ODOT projects that are happening right now. We've got the construction on Main Street and the lights over at the corner of Hickory and Taft. Both of those are also ODOT projects, aren't they?
That is true.
Okay. Do you happen to know, I know ODOT is not the greatest about communicating with the city on when they're going to be doing things and how long things will take, but people were asking us, so I thought I would ask you if you have any timelines or know anything about those projects.
Well, the Main Street has finally got off High Center and at least covered up the holes.
Yeah, saw that.
That came out of it being a much more in-depth problem than what they had anticipated. And so...
You think it's fixed for good this time?
I think it is. They pulled out the concrete. It was strange. It looked like, I don't even know how to describe it, but it was a piece of concrete on a bar, and then a space, and then another one, and it just went the whole stretch. To get those bars out, they had to remove the concrete, and the initial contractor that was hired to do that did not have enough time in their contract to get that done.
Oh, I see.
So
Okay.
it was a much more in-depth thing than what they had bid on, and so they had to stop, and ODOT had to bring one of their crews in and actually get it done. So it was done correctly.
Okay.
ODOT brought their crew in to do it, and that's what that gap of time was.
Oh, so that's why it took so long, that they actually had to bring
Where
in
it looked like they were doing nothing and just leaving it.
Yeah.
And so that one ought to finish out and move pretty quickly. I honestly don't know about what's taking the time at Hickory and Taft, because it appears that everything's been. I mean, the corner nodes and all that's already been done.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I have to check on it.
Okay, well, we'll find out about that when we can, I guess. Okay, the other thing that we wanted to ask you about, so there was, in a study session week before last, I think it was, there was a proposal about, and related to a parking study that parking survey you guys put out in July. And then we got the responses from that, and then there was this consultant that was hired to present kind of a proposal, and then Sapulpa Times put out a story about what that would mean for some of our buildings downtown, and a lot of people reacted to that, and so I just wanted to ask you about it, if there were any plans one way or another by the city. Do you have any idea on any direction that the city's
The
gonna go?
consultant was hired before even the survey went out. I mean, it was all one package.
Okay.
The idea was that we have heard nothing. We've heard a lot, not nothing but a lot of complaints that with taking the traffic off of Dewey, or taking the parking off of Dewey,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was going to cause a hardship, and so we took it to heart that maybe we should find out if that really is going to affect, and have somebody with some expertise in that area to look at that, and so that's why it was done. The idea that buildings would be taken was one of a list of things that he said we needed to do. It was never our intention to take down 5 buildings.
Okay.
Ever. If there is a building that in the future that came up, that might be one, it might be a feasible thing. He was just showing where it would be feasible to spread out the parking in the downtown area. But no, our intention has not been to tear down buildings. We have talked to one area, and that's on Elm Street, and that's it. That was done even before this was done.
Right, I think I know the one you're talking about.
And
yeah.
that one was, I believe that is a viable need, due to mainly to the upcoming potential for downtown living that will be in that area.
Okay.
And a entertainment venue that will need more parking than possibly we had anticipated.
Right, okay. Well, I understand it. So the space that she's talking about, for those of you who aren't aware, is I think a couple of houses.
There's a couple of
that are over
houses.
on Elm,
There's
right
a business
behind
and a couple of houses between the election board and the lawyer's office.
The Sam Allen lawyer's
Allen's.
office, yeah. This is across the street from the courthouse, and the entertainment venue she's talking about is the new indoor golf experience that Will Bellis is bringing. He's the owner of Arrowhead Land Company, and bought the building next door, has been working really hard on turning that into a very cool state-of-the-art indoor golf experience. So we're excited about that.
We're excited about that. And the other thing that the consultant did, he looked at where parking lots already were and looked to see if they could be expanded. And so there wasn't, we didn't give him well, we would like to take out these businesses. That is not nowhere near what happened.
Okay.
It was, he looked at existing parking lots, just like at that one. There's that, behind Sam Allen's, there is a parking lot. Mm-hmm. It's in pretty poor shape.
It is, yeah.
And so what could be done to expand that and help that area? If you look at almost all of these, there's a parking lot connected.
Yeah, I did notice that. It seemed like the goal was to expand the
Yes,
existing
and
parking lot.
that's why those were chosen. In my mind, that's why they chose it, because they looked at the parking lots.
Okay.
The city did not choose them.
Okay. And just to reiterate, you're saying the city doesn't have any plans at the moment to
No.
tear down any of the buildings or anything, and there was never the plan to tear down 5 buildings for
Never.
sure. So okay.
The thing about it is that we don't know. I mean, we're all in a growing mode at the moment. We're not sure where the market's going to take us. We have some ideas because of what people are bringing in and building and what we're getting calls on. We may be very satisfied with the way things are right now, 3 months from now. And that may take us a few years, and then there'll be another need of some kind. The city always has to look forward, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
What could happen? What will the need be? And so studies like this help in that it just gives an idea. It does not say this is what you do and you follow it. It gives you an idea where to start and what to do. And one thing that came out of it that I found intriguing was the parking in parking lots is not as big a number as I thought it was.
Oh, okay.
And you realize that we added the parking lot behind the Main Street building and back over in there. And I mean, as a matter of fact, most all the parking lots downtown have been added in the last several years.
Mm-hmm.
And I always just thought that there was more parking inside that. So but there's a lot of parking on the street. We utilize a lot of private parking after hours. There's no question that events, people are coming. The parking's not an issue for events.
Right. Yeah. For the Christmas shoot.
It's the day-to-day people that we're concerned with, or that come here, that live here and want to come downtown. And they seem to be the ones that are concerned about parking.
Do you think that some of that concern might be alleviated after the construction's over? Because I know a lot of that parking is being taken up by construction workers and stuff at the moment.
But it is, and I think that once the construction's over and they get downtown and they can walk around and they can see the difference that it's made, just in that movability,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe they're going to like it, and it will be a much different. I think some attitudes will change.
Okay.
Not that all attitudes are bad. I mean, we've got some very positive.
I've tried to be pretty positive about
very
about
positive
it myself,
feedback. But I will tell you, most of it comes from people outside of Sapulpa.
Okay.
And I wish that we could get a hold of our own value of what we have here.
Yeah, that's true. We talked about that before, whether it's the things that we're getting through the downtown construction or the fact that we live on Route 66, and it seems like Sapulpa doesn't appreciate it as much as people outside of Sapulpa sometimes. But hey, it is what it is. You know, we're just gonna. That doesn't change the plan. We're going to continue moving the city forward.
We're moving forward, and I'm pleased. I'm very pleased. I've been here 9 years. I love it here. I hope I retire here.
Oh, great. Okay, that's good to hear.
So I mean,
I do too.
I think this is a wonderful place.
Okay. Well, I want to reiterate, say thank you again for coming on the show. This is actually, I think, the first time, isn't it? Just the two of us? Holy cow, it's been a long time. Too long. We'll have to do it again soon. So thanks again for coming down and for talking with me. I hope that answers some of the questions that some of you guys had about the different things happening in downtown Sapulpa. Ms. Riley, thank you again. We really appreciate it. And guys, we'll see you again on Monday. We've got a great football game coming up tonight. I spoke with Tina Gregory. We're going to show you that clip here in just a little bit. And then we've got the football game happening tonight. It's Halloween, so you guys will have your trick-or-treaters out. Everybody be safe out there. Have a great weekend, and we will see you guys again on Monday where we talk about all things happening in the town that we love. See you guys later. Bye-bye.